Imagine this, an ancient practice using one of the simplest ingredients in your kitchen, salt, to bring harmony and grounding into your daily life. Welcome to Buddhist Mindfulness. Today's exploration takes us deep into the practical and symbolic uses of salt, unraveling its role in mindfulness and transformation. We'll journey through its cultural roots, personal stories, and actionable insights to uncover why a pinch of salt in your shoes might just be the key to a more balanced, peaceful existence. Let's embark on this intriguing path together, where ancient wisdom meets modern mindfulness. Why salt? The ancient wisdom behind the element. Salt has been a cornerstone of human existence for millennia, valued not only for its practical uses, but also for its profound symbolic meanings. Across different cultures and spiritual traditions, salt has served as a purifier, protector, and preserver of life. Let's delve deeper into why this unassuming mineral holds such a powerful place in our collective consciousness. Historical reverence for salt, from ancient Egypt, where it was used in mummification rituals to symbolize purity and preservation, to medieval Europe, where salt was exchanged as currency, its significance has transcended time. In Japan, sumo wrestlers sprinkle salt in the ring to ward off evil spirits, while in Hindu ceremonies, salt is often included in purification rituals. These cultural threads point to salt as more than a culinary staple. It's a bridge between the physical and the spiritual. Story: The Master's Salt Bag. A Zen master once carried a small bag of salt wherever he traveled. When asked why, he smiled and replied, "Salt teaches balance. Too much ruins the dish, too little leaves it bland. But just the right amount transforms everything." This simple tale underscores the importance of balance, a principle deeply embedded in Buddhist teachings. Salt, as both a literal and metaphorical element, reminds us to strive for harmony in all aspects of life. Modern interpretations of salt's symbolism. In today's fast-paced world, salt's grounding and cleansing properties have found renewed relevance. Holistic health practitioners often recommend salt lamps to cleanse indoor air, while spiritual healers use salt baths to release negative energy. This versatility highlights salt's enduring role as a tool for renewal and balance. Salt has been revered for centuries across cultures, not only as a seasoning, but also as a symbol of purity and protection. It preserves, cleanses, and even balances energy. Let's begin with a story rooted in Zen philosophy to contextualize its significance. The practice of salt in shoes. At first glance, placing salt in your shoes may seem unconventional or even bizarre. However, this practice carries profound spiritual and practical benefits rooted in grounding and mindfulness. Let's explore the depths of its impact. Understanding the concept. The act of walking with salt in your shoes serves as a bridge between the physical and the metaphysical. As a daily practice, it, 1, absorbs negative energy. Much like how salt is used in purification rituals, placing it in your shoes allows it to absorb stress, fatigue, and negative emotions you may carry throughout the day. 2, enhances physical comfort. By absorbing moisture and toxins, salt keeps your feet dry and comfortable, creating a foundation of ease that supports mental clarity. 3, symbolizes grounding. Walking with salt underfoot is akin to walking on sacred ground. It serves as a reminder to stay connected to the earth, fostering presence and balance. Anecdote: Sarah's transformation. Consider Sarah, a busy professional who constantly felt overwhelmed. After incorporating salt in her shoes, she reported a surprising sense of calm and focus with each step. By the end of her first week, she not only tackled her workload efficiently, but also rediscovered joy in the little things she had been overlooking. A daily ritual for everyone, this simple yet transformative act is accessible to all. Begin by selecting a comfortable pair of shoes and sprinkling a small amount of coarse sea salt onto the soles. As you walk, let the subtle sensation remind you to breathe deeply and stay present. Over time, this practice can evolve into a ritual that grounds you both physically and emotionally. Reflection: a personal insight. When I first tried this practice, I was skeptical. However, the rhythmic sensation of salt beneath my feet brought unexpected clarity and peace. Each step felt like a meditation, anchoring me in the present moment and allowing me to release the mental clutter of my day. The power of simplicity. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to underestimate the transformative potential of small acts. Walking with salt in your shoes exemplifies how minimal effort can lead to profound change. Whether you seek stress relief, grounding, or simply a new way to connect with yourself, this practice offers an accessible path toward greater mindfulness. Placing salt in your shoes might sound eccentric, but it's rooted in the idea of grounding, a practice that connects us with the earth and helps release negative energy. Let's break this down. 1. Energy cleansing. Salt absorbs negative energies, much like it preserves food by removing impurities. 2. Physical comfort. Salt helps keep your feet dry, enhancing both physical and emotional ease. 3. Symbolic grounding. Walking with salt underfoot serves as a constant reminder to stay present and connected to the earth. Scientific and spiritual benefits. Salt's transformative potential goes beyond its obvious uses, deeply rooted in both spiritual traditions and modern scientific understanding. Let's explore the powerful interplay between the physical, emotional, and spiritual benefits of this humble mineral. 1. Crystalline purity and grounding. Salt, a natural crystal, has a strong connection to the earth. Its structure resonates with stability and harmony, promoting a balanced state of mind. Walking with salt in your shoes connects you to this grounding energy, reducing feelings of chaos and fostering inner peace. 2. Moisture absorption for comfort. Scientifically, salt's hygroscopic properties help it draw moisture from its surroundings. By keeping your feet dry, it not only prevents physical discomfort but also enhances your overall mood, a direct link between physical ease and mental clarity. 3. Energetic shielding. In spiritual traditions, salt is renowned for creating protective barriers against negativity. When placed in your shoes, it acts as a subtle shield, absorbing unhelpful energies and leaving you feeling lighter and more focused. 4. Symbol of cleansing. Salt has long been used in rituals to purify spaces and individuals. By integrating it into your daily life through this practice, you're symbolically and literally removing toxicity from your body and spirit. Commentary, personal reflection. When I began using salt in my shoes, the change was subtle yet profound. The practice not only grounded me physically, but also served as a constant reminder of my connection to the earth and my intentions to stay present. The tactile experience of walking with salt brought mindfulness into my every step, creating a meditative rhythm that calmed my racing thoughts. By blending these physical and metaphysical benefits, salt becomes more than a seasoning. It transforms into a tool for holistic well-being. Salt is more than just a spiritual symbol. Its crystalline structure aligns with grounding practices in both ancient traditions and modern science. Here are its key benefits. 1. Absorbing moisture and toxins keeps your feet comfortable, reducing physical discomfort that often translates into mental stress. 2. Creating a barrier acts as a shield against negative energies, much like a Zen garden repels chaos. 3. Promoting mindfulness. The sensation of salt underfoot serves as a tactile cue to stay present. Lessons from Zen, the power of small acts. Zen philosophy emphasizes that even the smallest actions can ripple outward to create profound changes in our lives. The act of placing salt in your shoes might appear trivial at first, but its deeper implications reveal much about mindfulness, balance, and self-awareness. Recognizing the importance of balance. Just as salt requires the right measure to enhance a dish, life demands balance in all areas, from work and relationships to personal growth. This small act symbolizes the pursuit of harmony in daily living. Practicing mindful self-care. By engaging in this simple ritual, you are intentionally setting aside time for yourself, an act of self-respect and care often overlooked in the busyness of life. Learning to value small, intentional steps. The transformative power of this practice lies in its simplicity. It encourages us to focus on present actions and their cumulative impact, rather than becoming overwhelmed by larger, distant goals. Insightful anecdote. A student's realization. A Zen student once approached his master, frustrated by the weight of his daily struggles. The master handed him a small pouch of salt and said, "Sprinkle this lightly into your life, and you will find its flavor." By carrying the salt, the student began to focus on the value of balance and mindfulness in his everyday routines, ultimately discovering a sense of peace and clarity. The lesson here is that mindfulness is not about grand gestures, but about finding significance in seemingly minor practices. Over time, these small actions can lead to profound personal transformation. Zen teaches us that profound changes often stem from the simplest actions. Placing salt in your shoes isn't just about the salt, it's about acknowledging your need for balance, taking small, intentional steps toward self-care, embracing unconventional wisdom with an open mind, addressing skepticism. It's natural to question unconventional practices, especially something as unusual as putting salt in your shoes. Doubts often arise. How could such a simple act possibly have any effect? Or is this really worth trying? Skepticism is healthy, and in many ways, it's a sign of an open mind willing to evaluate new ideas. However, mindfulness often teaches us that the value of a practice isn't always immediately apparent. Consider the act of meditation. Sitting silently may seem unproductive to an outsider, yet those who practice it often report profound inner clarity over time. The same principle applies here. What seems peculiar or insignificant might carry subtle but meaningful benefits when approached with openness. For example, let's consider salt, not just as a physical substance, but as a symbolic tool. By placing it in your shoes, you're engaging in a deliberate act of grounding, an exercise in connection and mindfulness. The sensations underfoot serve as a tactile reminder to stay present, a concept skeptics might overlook without trying firsthand. Commentary, bridging logic and faith. From a Buddhist perspective, faith and inquiry coexist. Skepticism doesn't contradict belief. It complements it by encouraging exploration. When you try practices like this with genuine curiosity, you create space for unexpected insights. Even if the practice doesn't resonate, you've still cultivated the openness to explore something new, a valuable quality in itself. Natural to doubt unconventional practices. However, even skeptics often find value in the act of trying something new. If salt in your shoes feels too peculiar, think of it as a symbolic gesture, much like lighting a candle or meditating, broadening the practice beyond shoes. The principle of using salt as a tool for balance and mindfulness is versatile and can be adapted to other aspects of your life. Beyond placing it in your shoes, here are several ways you can incorporate the transformative power of salt into your daily routine. 1. Salt baths. Immersing yourself in a warm salt bath is one of the most effective ways to detoxify the body and relax the mind. Ancient traditions often emphasize the therapeutic properties of salt water, believed to cleanse not just the body but also the spirit. Consider adding a few drops of essential oils like lavender or eucalyptus to amplify the calming effects. 2. Salt circles for protection. In many spiritual traditions, creating a circle of salt around oneself or a space is a symbolic act of protection. This can be used during meditation to establish a safe and sacred area, allowing you to focus fully on inner reflection without external distractions. 3. Salt bowls to cleanse energy. Placing small bowls of salt in the corners of your room or workspace can absorb negative energy and refresh the atmosphere. Replace the salt regularly to maintain its efficacy. This simple practice can be particularly beneficial in environments where stress tends to accumulate. 4. Salt scrubs for grounding. Use a coarse salt scrub during your shower to physically exfoliate and symbolically shed any negative energies. This tactile experience reinforces the connection between physical self-care and emotional grounding. Story: a family's journey. To illustrate, let's revisit a touching story of transformation. A family, plagued by ongoing conflicts and misunderstandings, decided to place small bowls of salt in their home's common areas. Over time, they noticed an inexplicable harmony returning to their household. Arguments subsided, and moments of laughter became more frequent. Whether the change was directly tied to the salt or the shared intention behind the practice, the family rediscovered a sense of unity and peace. Expanding your perspective. By broadening your understanding of how salt can be used, you're not just adopting a single practice, but embracing a mindset of mindfulness and intentionality. These methods, whether small like salt in shoes or grander like salt baths, all align with the broader goal of cultivating balance and well-being in every aspect of life. While this video focuses on salt in shoes, the concept can extend to other practices. Salt baths. Detoxify and relax. Salt circles. Protect your space energetically. Salt bowls. Place in rooms to cleanse the environment. The idea of placing salt in your shoes might appear unorthodox, but it symbolizes a broader philosophy, the power of simple, intentional actions to transform our lives. By connecting with ancient wisdom, this practice offers an accessible way to ground ourselves amidst the whirlwind of daily stress. When you walk with salt underfoot, you carry a piece of mindfulness with you. Each step becomes a reminder to stay present, to let go of negativity, and to reconnect with the earth's stabilizing energy. Over time, these small steps contribute to a deeper sense of peace and balance. As you integrate this practice, take time to observe its effects. Do you feel lighter, more grounded, or more present? Perhaps the ritual of placing salt in your shoes becomes a moment of mindfulness in itself, setting the tone for your day. This practice isn't just about salt. It's a call to appreciate the small acts that enrich our lives. In a world often focused on grand gestures and instant gratification, the quiet power of subtle, intentional rituals reminds us of the profound impact of simplicity. Life's chaos often leaves us unmoored, but by embracing practices like this, we reclaim stability, mindfulness, and connection. Whether you try this for a day or a lifetime, the journey begins with a single, deliberate step and a pinch of salt. Have you explored similar mindfulness practices or rituals that bring balance to your life? Share your experiences in the comments below. If this practice resonates, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more explorations of mindful living from Buddhist mindfulness. Let's walk this path of discovery together. Putting salt in your shoes might seem like a small act, but it carries profound implications for your mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. As we've explored, this practice is less about the salt and more about what it symbolizes: balance, grounding, and mindfulness.